Is New Age parenting really making our children more emotionally intelligent, or are we raising a generation that can't handle the real world? And what about traditional parenting? Was discipline the key to success, or did it crush creativity? Today we dive into the ultimate parenting debate, modern versus traditional, and uncover the surprising psychological effects on your child's development. Before we dive deep into the topic, don't forget to like and subscribe the channel for more parenting tips. So what exactly is New Age parenting? It's a philosophy that emphasizes gentle guidance, respecting the child's autonomy, and promoting emotional well-being over strict discipline. Think more conversation, less because I said so. We can see this approach in everyday activities. Modern parents often allow their children to explore their world at their own pace. They focus on open communication, encouraging children to express their feelings and teaching through empathy instead of authority. A common scenario: instead of punishing a tantrum, parents talk it through, helping their child identify emotions and problem solve together. But is too much freedom a good thing? Or are we nurturing a generation that can't handle frustration? Psychologists have weighed in. The brain of a baby forms over 1 million neural connections per second in their early years. New Age parenting, which emphasizes positive experiences, can significantly impact cognitive development. But without boundaries, these same children may struggle to handle adversity later in life. Now let's look at traditional parenting. It was all about respect, discipline, and most importantly, boundaries. A child knew their place in the family hierarchy. In traditional parenting, the rules were simple. There was no negotiation when it came to bedtime or chores. Many parents grew up hearing, "Because I said so," and that was the end of the discussion. It instilled a sense of order, respect, and obedience. But let's ask, did this structure create well-adjusted adults, or did it suppress creativity and emotional expression? It's not as black and white as we might think. Research shows that children raised in structured environments often develop greater self-discipline and resilience, traits that help them face challenges with confidence. However, strict discipline can also breed resentment, leading to rebellion or emotional withdrawal in adolescence. Take Anna, for example. Raised in a traditional household with strict rules, she felt stifled and acted out in her teenage years. It wasn't until adulthood that she learned how to express herself freely. Take Emma, for example. She's a modern mum who lets her kids decide their bedtime and what they eat for dinner. She thought she was encouraging independence, but soon her house was chaotic, with children not listening or following any routine. Emma loved the idea of letting her kids decide things for themselves. But as time went on, she noticed problems cropping up. Bedtimes were pushed later and later, tantrums happened when the kids didn't get their way, and meals became battles. Emma realized that without boundaries, her kids felt overwhelmed. She began to introduce structure, bedtime routines, scheduled meals, and clear consequences for bad behavior. And guess what? Her kids started to thrive. They were happier knowing what to expect each day. Emma's story is a perfect example of how balance is the key to any parenting style. Let's look at the science. During a child's early years, brain development is at its peak. Every interaction, every emotion your child experiences leaves a mark. Studies show that different parenting styles can have lasting psychological impacts on a child's emotional health and resilience. Children raised with gentle, emotionally supportive parenting tend to have stronger neural pathways for emotional regulation and empathy. This means they're more likely to be emotionally intelligent and manage stress better in adulthood. On the flip side, too much freedom without clear boundaries can leave children feeling insecure. This insecurity can manifest as anxiety or difficulty handling authority in school and work environments later in life. In contrast, traditional parenting may lead to rigid thinking, but the consistency often gives children a sense of safety. So where does that leave us? Are we better off with the structured world of traditional parenting, or should we lean into the emotional intelligence of New Age parenting? The truth is, there's no one-size-fits-all solution. In some households, traditional parenting methods work wonders, providing children with a sense of discipline and respect for authority. But in other cases, modern parenting, based on communication and understanding, leads to more emotionally resilient kids. One thing is certain: too much of either extreme can cause problems. Take James, a child raised with strict traditional values. He followed every rule but struggled to express himself emotionally. Compare that with Lila, a girl raised with emotional support as the cornerstone of her upbringing. Lila is emotionally intelligent but sometimes struggles with boundaries. In reality, most experts agree that balance is key. Children need the freedom to express themselves, but they also need the safety net of clear boundaries. Research backs this up. Too much freedom can lead to insecurity and behavior issues, while too much discipline can lead to fear and anxiety. The ideal parenting style is one that blends the best of both worlds, providing structure where it's needed while offering emotional support and freedom to explore. So, as parents, we face a choice. Do we follow tradition, or do we embrace the new age? The answer might be somewhere in between. But the most important takeaway: it's not about following one philosophy. It's about knowing your child and responding to their unique needs. If this video resonated with you, don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe for more content on modern parenting, child psychology, and balancing the old with the new. And hey, what kind of parent are you? Leave a comment below.